just got a question. Somebody asked me, if I'm 21, how much should I put down on a Dodge Charger? That's really not the question you should be asking yourself. It's really, how much can you afford on your plate that you got right now? I'll tell you, I put $0 down on this car. $0 down. I did not put anything down. I did finance the car, but I had somewhat decent credit whenever I financed. So back in 2021, when I got the car, my interest rate was 4.2%, which is good for today's interest rate. You don't want to throw yourself into a situation that might make it harder to afford other things in your life. Yeah, you might be 21 and you might be able to afford the car, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you need it. The biggest thing I learned with having this car for 5 years is that I could have been so much further ahead in life if I just put off getting this car. Now, I didn't have an insane car payment. I only paid $465 a month, $465.37 to be exact. And yeah, it doesn't seem like a lot, but jobs change. While I was in the military, yes, I was able to pay the car almost, without any questions. The car payment didn't really make a dent into my monthly salary. But now that I'm out of the military, I'm no longer making the money that I was making there. So even though the car is paid off, I'm still spending about $400 a month in gas. So say you do have a car payment, you're driving to and from work to go hang out with homeboys, to go to car meets, to do all of that, and you still got a $400 car payment sitting on the back end. So it's really just not a smart move unless you can just get the car outright. Honestly, I think that's the best route. Now, those of you who are like trying to finance and build credit, just know that for the length of your loan, money is going to be tight unless you go out there and find a way to make some extra money on the side. Money is going to be tight. And I was the 18-year-old kid that thought he needed a cool car, thought he needed the V8, and really now, like, I have a car page on it. I did somewhat make it worth having the car, but if you don't have any plans and it's just going to set you back, then really getting a Dodge Charger is a liability. If you're 18 years old or younger, unless you got the money cash, do not go and finance a brand new Dodge Charger Scat Pack. Don't go finance a Hellcat. Stay down till you come up. Stack your money, stack your money, stack your money. And then when the time's right, if you still want the car, then you got to write down the numbers and see how much it's going to cost month to month to just have the car, which is something that I didn't do. Basically, there is no perfect amount you should have saved up for a down payment on a car, because financing a vehicle is always going to be not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not the smart thing to do, especially if you haven't made it, Is it doable? Yeah, it's doable. It's 1,000% doable. Now, if you're one of those people like me that didn't really care about the 465, you didn't really care about, having extra money to go hang out with friends, this and that, then cool, by all means, go do it. But I will let you know that that road is kind of lonely. Like, not having the extra couple $100 to go out and hang out with the homies, like, sometimes that sucks. Sometimes I wish I had that extra 465, but I didn't. Now that the car's paid off, now I'm in a position where I'm starting to learn, money. I'm starting to learn financial literacy. And if I could go back and tell my 18-year-old self about this car, I would have told him, just wait. You could wait 4 more years, set your credit up, have a better interest rate, have a lower payment, save more money so you're not having to pay on you can finance up to 72 months, which is 5 years. So if you want to strap yourself down for 5 years, by all means, do it. But it is really not the smart route to go. So just think of it like this. You're going to tie yourself down for 5 years for a liability. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth strapping yourself down for 5 years just to go to the fucking cop, maybe. I gotta have my cruise control set high. And I'm not rich. By all means, I'm not rich. I afforded this car off of a 9-to-5 job. Got the car while I was working a 9-to-5 job. Now, does it mean that you should go out and finance a car because you make enough at your 9-to-5? No, it doesn't, because most 9-to-5s, especially in the area I live in, at the time we're only paying about the amount that the car was going to cost at the end of the 5 years. And if you don't know, I did pay $25,000 on this car. This car is not brand new. I bought it with 66,000 miles, and I got it for $25,000 at a 4.2% interest rate over the span of 5 years. I did pay it off a little bit sooner than those 5 years because I realized after a certain amount of time that tying yourself down to a vehicle loan, knowing that vehicles value depreciate as you drive them, the more miles I put on this car, the less in value it is. Right now, with having the car for about 5 years, I'm sitting at 136,000 miles. And thinking now in 2026, is that 136,000 miles worth that 25 that I financed this car for? Not to include the 4.2% I paid every month in interest. Just know when you finance a vehicle that whoever you finance through, whatever credit bureau approves you for that amount, they're gonna get you theirs. So what I mean by that is, yes, the total cost of your car might have been $25,000, but at a 4.2% interest rate, they're gonna get their part. So you're not really paying 25. Think of it more like 30, 32. I don't know. I can't do the mental math in my head, but it's just not worth it. Now, if you have plans, which I wish I did with this car when I first got it, I didn't know about social media. I didn't record the car. I really just got it because it looked cool. And at the end of the day, looking cool isn't what we're trying to do. Looking cool isn't what sets your family up. Looking cool ain't what, you know. If your goal is to look cool and that's the reasoning behind you wanting to go and get a cool car, you might as well just not even do it, bro. And I'm gonna be honest, like, yeah, it's a Dodge Charger. Yeah, it looks cool. Yeah, I get reactions out of it. But at the end of the day, man, like, it's not gonna put you in a better financial place. It's not gonna put you in a better spiritual place. It might make you happy for a little bit. Best believe I was super happy when I first got this car. I didn't see the liabilities that came behind having the car. And it did take a few years. It took about 2.5, almost 3 years for me to realize that I set myself up for failure at 18 years old, right out the gate. And it's just not the way you want to approach life. And I'm starting to see this, especially for those who come from families that might not be wealthy, might not have a bunch of money. And that's where I come from. I don't come from a family that's rich. I don't come from a family that's necessarily poor. We pay our bills and we do what we gotta do. But there's not a million sitting in the bank account. There's not a business with equity tied into it that can bail us out in these situations that, you know, you might not think come with having a cool car. I tell you this, when I first got to North Carolina, a fresh private in the military, got a brand new car, and that came with its problems too. Like, being a 20-year-old kid in the military with a car like this, I had every persona thrown on me that possibly could be thrown on me. I was just a cool kid with a cool car, you know? Like, that's not what I wanted to be known as. It wasn't necessarily wanting to fit in and wanting people to like me. The recognition for the hard work would have been a lot better, but you got to think, at a young age, when you throw yourself into these situations, most people know that you didn't go out and drop 25 cash on this car. Most people know that. They know that that vehicle's tied into a loan, so it does come with negatives as well. But what I'm saying is, I didn't think that this car was going to have the issues that it had when I first got to North Carolina, and that fell into a lot of other holes and brought a lot of other problems because I was not set up financially to take care of those problems. So now my job, and I guess my goal of this video, is to let you know that if you're not set up for it, don't do it. There's no reason of setting yourself behind in life another 3 to 5 years just because you want to look cool for a car. At the end of the day, like, if you think this car is gonna get you women and it's gonna bring all the hype and all the money, like, it doesn't, bro. I get more reactions from dudes in this car than I do women. So that was never a goal for me. I never got this car because I wanted girls to like it. I wanted girls to like me. It was never the goal. So if that's something in your mind that is like the reasoning why you want this car, see it from a different perspective. See it from, you have the money in the bank account and now you can go get the car. Everything else is gonna come with it. If you got the money, you got the car, then everything else is gonna speak for itself. How you carry yourself is gonna bring a lot more attention than just that vehicle is gonna bring. So, and I'm on my way to work, kind of just ranting, rambling right now, but I got a question on TikTok, and the kid told me, I'm 21 years old, how much do you think I should put down as a down payment? Realistically, you should not put a down payment down. Just buy the car outright. Realistically, that is my God, the honest truth. That is how I feel about it almost 5 years later after owning this car. It was almost just look for the deal you need, stack your money, go get it outright. That way you're not tied behind a payment. You don't have that $465 coming out every paycheck or every month. So it's all about how you set yourself up in this world, and how far you go is determined on your choices, how smart you are with your choices. And really there's not a whole lot to it. I think, in my opinion, the biggest thing that separates individual from individual in this world isn't the materialistic items that you have at your house. It's not the Dodge Charger Daytona you have parked in your fucking driveway. To me, what separates somebody from the next person necessarily in 2026, I think, is your bank account. You could be rolling around in a cool car like this, but you got no money in your bank account. You're paycheck to paycheck. So it's all about how you see this. Yeah, if you want to sacrifice a little bit of short-time happiness to go get a car, just know that the cookie's always going to crumble. You're not always going to get the benefit of the doubt in life. And I had to learn that. I'm 23 years old now, and it's kind of crazy that life humbled me so hard, and I'm not trying to scare anybody from their dreams. But I do think it is smarter while you're young to learn the finances, learn the game, and then go out and experiment. Now, I'm not mad at myself for going and financing this car at 18. It was a stepping stone in my life. God wrote my book that way, so that's how he wanted it to play out. I had to learn something from that. And I'm glad that it happened so young, because now I'm 23 and I'm in a position where I might want a Hellcat. I might want to go and swap this car and do a Hellcat swap on it, but there's other things that have to get taken care of now, and I know that I can't just go and pull out the loan just because I got the credit to pull out the loan. Just because I got the credit don't necessarily mean that I got the money in the bank, which that's kind of the idea of credit, but you don't want to ever go over a margin that's harder to come back from, if that makes sense. Now, I don't know how or if I'm actually even going to post this video. This is kind of me just ranting. I'm on my way to work right now. I drive about 45 minutes to work. This cost me about $233 per paycheck. I still work a 9 to 5. So push come to shove, I'm spending about $466 a month in gas. Even though I don't have the car payment now, I just replaced it. That is kind of what I'm talking about. Is life's kind of always going to take its course. Even though the car's paid off, I replaced it. Now I'm driving more because I had that extra little bit of money, and I am taking the steps that I need to kind of limit that, because $466 a month in gas is kind of crazy. With the gas prices right now, honestly, like, you know, it's scary with these gas prices. Y'all know that. But I just want to come on here and kind of try to open some light on the youngins that might be scrolling through Instagram, seeing the Hellcats, the Mustangs, the Camaros. That, man, not all of those people are in the greatest positions financially because they wanted that car and bit it off a little bit too soon, you know? Don't bite off more than you can chew, and that's real. It sounds cliche, and, you know, this video might mean nothing to you at the end of the day. You might think I'm just rambling nonsense, but this is my own personal experience. I really think that I should have waited to get this car, but now that it's here, it is kind of like whatever. I have it, and I've kind of built a small brand on it. I have 11,000 followers on Instagram that I'm very thankful for, and this car has brought a lot of light in the dark, but it doesn't mean that it didn't cause dark moments here and there. So if you guys have any questions and you guys want to kind of pick my brain, I'm not still 23 years old, man. I'm figuring it out day by day. I do got a book that I'm reading right now that is kind of opening up my eyes, and the reason why I even, you know, am recording this video right now. So moral of the story is, before you set yourself up for a rocky road, step back, think about it. Is it really worth it? Or is this just going to be something that's temporary happiness? Don't trade, you know, what you got going on for yourself for something that's uncomfortable just because you wanted to look cool or fit in. Whatever it may be, everybody has the reason. You might actually like only want a car to go and start a car page to, you know, bring some revenue in from having a vehicle, but it's harder to do that if you are tied down to a payment on that vehicle. Now it can help pay that vehicle off quicker. It's just all about how you kind of go about it. Now I'm gonna kind of leave it at that. I don't want to get too, you know, into this video and start going off. I didn't write down any ideas. I kind of just did this on the fly on my way to work. Thought, you know, that if you're 18 to 25, if you're able to mitigate the amount of wants you have right now, you're gonna set yourself up for 10 times the excess by the time you are 25. You know, I wish I would have come across some of the YouTube channels that I have come across recently at 18, because it's like everything I'm learning now, I feel like we should have been taught in school. So if you did like this video and you guys do have some more questions and want to kind of, you know, dive into more things like this, I say I'm pretty educated when it comes to these kind of things. Maybe not the finance part, but as of life advice, I feel like I made enough mistakes now to kind of know what to look out for. And that's not to say that, you know, life's gonna throw more curveballs at me. I'm used to life throwing curveballs at me, but it's all about how you move after life throws that curveball. So if you guys like this video, leave a comment down below if you have more questions. I'm actually more than willing to answer these. I want to start posting on YouTube more, so leave a like, comment, and yeah, peace.